Welcome back. I'm Neil Chase, author of Iron Dogs, writer-director of the thriller feature Spin the Wheel. You can find the links to both of them below. And today, I want to talk about one of the most common questions I get from beginners. How do I know if my movie idea is actually any good? I mean, it's a fair question. You don't want to spend months writing a script only to find out that the core idea wasn't strong enough to carry a film in the first place. So today, I'm going to show you 3 quick tests you can use to pressure check your movie idea before you even start writing. These are simple, they're practical, and they will save you a ton of time. And just so you know where I'm coming from, my mission as a teacher and as a writer is to bring back story-first, character-driven movies like we used to see back in the 80s and 90s. Bold stories, big emotions, characters who stick with you long after the credits roll. That's what we're aiming for here. Because if audiences don't connect with the story, well, nothing else matters. So grab your popcorn and let's get started. But first, hit that like button, subscribe for more writing tips videos like this one, and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. There are 3 things every story needs, even at the idea stage. Or should I say, especially at the idea stage? Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Who is your story about? What do they want? And what's standing in the way? If you can answer those questions, then you're off to a good start because you've got the basics covered. But you need the next 3 quick tests to take your idea from generic to worth writing. Quick test number 1. Does the protagonist have a clear goal? Now, you may have figured out who your story's about and kind of what they want. But if your hero doesn't want something specific, well, your story has no direction. Audiences connect when they can see what the main character's actually fighting for. I mean, look at Lord of the Rings. Frodo's goal? Well, destroy the One Ring. Clear, simple, urgent. Finding Nemo. Marlin's goal is to find his son. Boom, that's it. We get it instantly. John Wick, get his car back and get revenge for his dog. It really doesn't get any simpler than that. And yet each one is a mega hit that audiences absolutely love. On the flip side, if your protagonist just wanders around reacting to stuff without any kind of defined objective, audiences tune out. In Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, Newt kind of floats from scene to scene without any kind of strong personal goal. Characters need a roadmap, not just for their own journey, but so that the audience gets invested as early as possible. So ask yourself, if I told someone my character's goal in 1 sentence, would they immediately understand what the story is about? That leads us to quick test number 2. Is there a unique twist or obstacle? Okay, you've answered the basic questions like, who's it about and what do they want? Now think about what's standing in the way. Because the fact is, lots of characters want something. Lots of movies have some stakes. But what makes yours different? Well, the uniqueness often comes from a twist on the obstacle. How do you go beyond a generic bad guy or something we've seen a dozen times already? In Jurassic Park, for example, it's not just about paleontologists studying dinosaurs. It's paleontologists trapped in a park where dinosaurs are alive and hunting them down. So they have to use everything they think they know and everything they learn firsthand just to survive. In Groundhog Day, it's not just a self-centered guy chasing love. It's a self-centered guy forced to relive the same day over and over again until he becomes a better person and discovers true love along the way. On the flip side, you risk your audience checking out because it's too familiar. Take Aragon as an example. It's the classic farm boy discovers destiny story, but without any kind of unique hook or fresh obstacle. The plot feels like a recycled mix of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, with no new twist to separate it from the stories that it imitates. See, now while the book was able to explore the story and characters in a more nuanced way, audiences of the movie had seen it all before. And the lack of originality sank it from the go. A unique angle is what makes your story marketable, memorable, and worth telling. So ask yourself, what's the unique element that sets my story apart from every other script on the pile? And that leads us to the 3rd quick test. Are the stakes high if they fail? See, a goal is nothing without consequences. Stakes are what make us care. Now, in the previous test, you might have already thought of what's standing in the hero's way. But have you considered what happens if the hero fails? In Die Hard, the stakes aren't just John McClane saving random hostages, it's his wife among them. That personal stake makes the whole thing hit way harder. He can't just lay low and let the cops outside go through the motions and do their thing. If he doesn't act, his family will be destroyed. In Titanic, Jack and Rose aren't just fighting for love. They're fighting for survival against a sinking ship and a rival hell-bent on killing Jack. On the flip side, if the protagonist fails and not much happens, you don't have a movie. You've got a shrug. In Green Lantern, Hal Jordan's stakes never really feel urgent. If he fails, Earth is technically in danger, but the movie never convinces us what's really at risk for him personally. The world-ending stakes feel kind of abstract instead of intimate. The higher the stakes, the tighter the audience will hold on. So ask, what happens if my character doesn't succeed? Is it life or death? Love or loss? Freedom or captivity? Push those stakes as high as you can and make them as personal as you can. So here's your 3 tests for your movie idea. Does your hero have a clear goal? Is there a unique twist or obstacle? And are the stakes high enough if they fail? If you can answer yes to all 3, well, chances are you've got a solid foundation for a script worth writing. Why? Well, because it might actually move people. And that's the whole point. Because at the end of the day, audiences don't come to the theater for formulas or recycled plots. They come for connection. They come to see characters that they can root for, stories that grip them, and twists that make them lean forward in their seats. And here's the truth. You don't need Hollywood's permission to start with a great idea. Some of the most unforgettable films began with one writer asking themselves the same 3 questions you just learned. Remember, story comes first, always. If audiences don't connect with your characters and care about their journey, well, nothing else matters. Not the budget, not the special effects, not the message. That's what I believe. And that's why I make these videos, to help you write bold, character-driven stories that remind people why they fell in love with the movies in the first place. But hey, this is just my 2 cents. Give me yours. What's your movie idea? Drop it in the comments and let's put it through the test together. And if you're watching this, chances are you're brand new to screenwriting, or maybe looking for a refresher. Well, I've got something exciting coming this September, a small hands-on course for beginners where I'll personally walk you through turning your ideas into finished scripts, step by step. If you want first access, make sure you're signed up for my newsletter. The link is below. And let's write great stories together. Until next time, stay creative.